It all started with a few simple low-profile Instagram accounts. The profile pictures featured childlike faces. The captions were full of poetic quotes, and the posts seemed to be spreading awareness about the dangers of the online world. At first glance, these pages looked like they belonged to smart, sensitive kids, children trying to warn their peers about internet threats. But something felt off. The image looked far too artificial. The faces had an unnatural smoothness, lips were oddly red, the skin was flawless, and the lighting seemed suspicious. Some users began to question the authenticity of these pictures, and when the investigation began, it turned out many of the images were either heavily edited or generated by artificial intelligence. But that was just the beginning. Online sleuths soon discovered a disturbing truth behind this seemingly innocent network of child profiles was a single man named David. Someone who had masterfully created and operated dozens of fake accounts, each with a unique identity, backstory, and carefully tailored content. These characters followed one another, commented on each other's posts, and behaved as if they were a real community of kids, supporting and engaging with one another. But David took it even further. He began appearing in some of the videos himself, not as an adult man, but in bizarre disguise. His face painted with lips smeared with heavy red makeup, wearing long boots and theatrical style clothing. He portrayed himself as a 12-year-old girl named Stephanie, a young poet supposedly passionate about children's safety online. The disturbing contrasts became even clearer when people took a closer look at the content on these accounts. While they claimed to promote safety and awareness, many of the posts were filled with unsettling images, strange behavior, and a tone that felt less educational and more exploitative. Some photos seemed to feature real children pictures with no source, no context, and no explanation about who had taken them or why they were shared. But the real danger wasn't just in the content. It was in David's behavior across the platform. It wasn't just lost in the fantasy world of his fake characters. He was actively trying to enter the real world of actual kids. The only accounts he followed, liked, or commented on belonged to real children and teenagers. Through characters like Stephanie, he attempted to build trust, interact, and directly engage with minors. What started off looking like a harmless role play or strange performance art quickly transformed into a complex and unsettling scheme. David crafted every personal with detail how they spoke, what they liked, who their friends were. Some of his characters argued Others complemented each other. Some wrote poems, while others shared posts about children's rights, but none of them were real. Every single character had been invented by one man, a man who seemed determined to create a fictional world of children to hide himself inside it. And even after months of exposure and online backlash, David didn't stop, even when his personal details were leaked, even when some of his accounts were reported and taken down. He returned again and again with new accounts. Sometimes his tone became even more aggressive. In his stories and posts, he would defend himself, accusing his critics of misunderstanding his art or taking things out of context. But the evidence was overwhelming. Repeated names, identical writing styles, mistakes in account creation, and even posts appearing just minutes apart from different accounts using the same language and style. Everything pointed to one conclusion: this wasn't art, it was deception. At this point, cybercrime units and online content watchdogs stopped in. But because much of what David posted sat in a gray area between performance, role play, and manipulation, it wasn't easy to prove criminal intent. And that's what made this case one of the most bizarre and complicated internet investigations in recent years. To this day, some of the accounts are still active. Occasionally, a new post appears, and chillingly, some users still comment under his profile, believing they are run by actual kids. This story is a serious warning, a reminder that in the age of artificial intelligence, the most convincing lies can hide behind the most innocent faces. You can no longer trust a profile just because it looks sweet, smiles warmly, or has a gentle username. Sometimes what appears harmless is hiding something much darker. If you believe that awareness is the first step to protecting ourselves and others, then take this message seriously. Together, we can make the internet a safer place. Haven't subscribed yet? Hit that button and join us. Like this video if you support revealing the truth behind digital deceptions. And drop a comment: how many people do you think are still being fooled by digital masks like this? We are here to uncover the truth, even when it's hidden behind the painted smile. Want more stories like this one? Stay turned on because this is just the beginning.